We've just completed our committee meeting. We discussed many issues, but none the least being the position of EI on the thoroughbred breeding industry. We're starting to move now into the next phase of EI. We've gone from a crisis stage to a project management stage in EI. It's quite exciting that we're the first country in the world that looks like ever eradicating EI with the use of vaccine. It was definitely the Thoroughbred Breeders Association, myself and Basil Nolan in particular, that convinced the DPI that we needed it immediately. Right from the beginning of the first doses of EI being administered, we can see the disease stopping in the pattern exactly the same as where the vaccine was administered. From that point, the non-thoroughbred industry got 26,000 doses of EI and started administering them after we had done our 10,000 doses, and the disease was on the decline almost from exactly that in the non-thoroughbred world. The last known infection of EI is the 25th of December, and that all goes well for some zonal changes well ahead of schedule. Very pleased to say that on around about the middle of February we can expect the red zone to go amber, which is a fantastic result for us, because what that will mean, we'll have no permit requirement in the whole of the amber zone, which is now our red zone. That'll make life very easy for people, not only in the thoroughbred industry but in the non-thoroughbred industry, and they're an important component of the equine industry. We have the Thoroughbred Breeders Queensland has now taken a position on the new Horse Industry Council Advisory Committee, and we've done that to help further the recovery of the non-thoroughbred sector. It's a very important sector in the industry, and we, not least of all, because the pony club section is really the nursery of all people that end up participating in the thoroughbred industry in a big way. That sector of the non-thoroughbred industry is very important to our ongoing, although we are the most commercial section and we are professional and legislated under the government's rules for punting and TAB, the thoroughbred breeding industry is not. But we need the non-thoroughbred industry to become participants in the thoroughbred industry, and we need them to recover just as quickly as we do. The issue that's really bothered a lot of thoroughbred breeders has been the slow receipt of permit applications or results of permits from their permit applications. It's been a problem that's been addressed by the DPI in the last couple of weeks, and we're at a stage now that there really is no backlog. We've gone from 2,200 backlog of permit applications to almost nothing. This was a concerted effort by the Director General of the DPI to alleviate that problem, because they realised how frustrating it was for the thoroughbred industry. That means to us now that if you want to move your mare back home from a stud, or move it from a spelling property to a racetrack, or from a racetrack to a spelling property, you can expect to do so in a reasonable amount of time, which is very important to the well-being of those horses, considering some of them have to move for sickness or injury problems. I've got word today that the canary pox genetically modified vaccine that we've been using in Australia has now been approved for use until September this year. The reason that is because foal vaccinations are about to start, and they'll require 2 shots 4 weeks apart, plus a 3rd shot in 5 months. The canary pox vaccine is brought into Australia under approval of a emergency exotic disease protocol, and it has to be approved by the federal government until such time as the drug company goes through a series of tests to prove that this product is safe to be released into the community. The Queensland Red Zone and the New South Wales Red Zone have certainly aided Merrill, the drug company, in being able to fast track these tests, because it's now out into 50,000 horses in the red zone in Queensland and a larger number in New South Wales. So we know it's a safe product. It'll be in the foals very shortly. Serological testing will start in those foals to prove their lack of EI or that they haven't been exposed, and they'll be vaccinated. At that time we'll almost have every part of the herd, the thoroughbred herd, protected, and we're ready for the DPI to declare EI eradicated. Serological testing is required for yearlings that have been infected and resolved that are going to the Magic Millions sale, and today we've had approval from the DPI and the state government to pay for that serological testing of 350 thoroughbred yearlings that are going to the sale. This is a great breakthrough, and it's taken some negotiation with the DPI, but we felt that it was in the best interest of the small breeders of the state to get back to business. This will save them a great deal of money and angst in getting those foals to the sales with the least amount of fuss. The vaccination program is ongoing, and that means that the third shot will be administered to broodmares and yearlings in March this year, prior to the national sale at the Magic Millions. That third shot is very important in the eradication program to keep the herd immune so that we can declare eradication at the time frame that the DPI has now set down. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the new secretary for the breeders, Lisa Campbell. Lisa was a former employee of Queensland Racing, and she's now agreed to do the part-time work as the breeders secretary and marketing lady. Lisa's going to explain now just what her qualifications and her skills are.
Hello. I've got expertise in the marketing field, and especially the horse industry, growing up with racehorses all my life. Now looking at a different aspect of breeding, but really excited about learning the new aspects, and we'll be looking after the website, updating that, and attending to any needs any members might have. So looking forward to the challenge.